We are live here in Bannerwood Park here in Bellevue, Washington for this 3A Metro League matchup between the Nathan Hale Raiders and your O'Day Fighting Irish. The Irish come off a tough loss against the Lakeside on Saturday, 6-5. They're looking to bounce back against the Nathan Hale team that hasn't had the greatest season, but Irish looking here just a big bounce back game to go into their rivals later in the week, the Eastside Catholic Crusaders. What should we expect here from the Irish, Jack?
Well, you got Max Reed out on the bump this game. He's had some great appearances this year so far. However, he did have some injury issues earlier on the season that lingered in the offseason that lingered into the start of the season. But so far this year, he's been very consistent on the mound, pitching pretty well in relief and starting appearances.
Definitely. Reed has a 4.06 ERA, opponent batting average of 275 on the year, 10 1/3 innings pitched. And ever since the first Eastlake game where he pitched, he didn't have that good of an outing. Gave up 6 earned runs on a third of an inning. He has been nothing but lights out this year. Hopefully he can continue that against this Nathan Hale team that hasn't had the greatest of season, like I said. And overall, we're expecting a good day of baseball here. Cloudy. Hopefully the rain can hold off for a little bit here. It was coming down. Last thing we really want is the rain delay as Joe Githens fires down to Isaiah Nolan, the shortstop, and we should be getting this thing going here. We have leading off for the Nathan Hale Raiders, your shortstop, Leach.
Looks like Hale has they're starting out here with a lefty in the box. That right-on-lefty matchup could prove beneficial for the Raiders here early on. However, can't really see how many lefties got on this lineup. I believe there's a few, though, as I was seeing guys warm up. First pitch, fouled off back by Leach. Looks like Reed has some great control here early on. Glad to see that the rain hasn't affected his grip at all.
Definitely, that's going to be a key factor for both pitchers here in the game. Balls are very wet, clearly, judging by the heavy downpour that we've had before the game. It's all going to come down to who can keep control of the ball as Reed goes into his windup here for the 0-1 pitch. It's fouled back once again. 0-2 here, Reed ahead early.
Looks like Leach is just a bit behind these fastballs from Reed, fouling them off back to that third base side. Both those pitches ran a little inside, though, definitely both hitting the zone, but ran inside. So if he can catch up this here, he might be able to put good contact on the ball as he gets a little behind it, but a little under it as well. That time the count will stay at no balls and 2 strikes.
Yep, he is late once again on that, Jack. All 3 pitches have been pretty similar on how late they've all been fouled away towards the third base side as Reed goes into his windup once again. The pitch, liner, just foul. Count will remain at 0-2.
Yeah, looks like he's catching up these a little bit, but if Reed can go get I don't know what's in his repertoire tonight, but if he can go off speed, get some to run a little outside, because that strike zone for Leach right now is really, really big at what he's willing to swing at, as ball 1 just barely misses outside. But it looks like that's not a bad pitch to miss on, that 0-2 where you have a lot of options. That's a good way to test this strike zone to see what he can get away with today, as that pitch barely misses Leach for ball 2.
Brushed Leach off the plate there. Good thing he didn't clip him. That would not have been good, being ahead in the count and getting hit by a pitch. It's a pitch from Reed. Got him swinging strike 3. Leach throws his bat in frustration as we have 1 down here in the top of the first inning. That'll bring to the plate your 2-hole hitter, Dyer, and your left fielder.
Defensively for the Irish, the second, third base, and shortstop combination today. You got Barkley at second, Nolan at short, and Vaughn low at third base, as strike 1 is swung on and missed. That combination has been switching up all year with a few different guys. I know Barkley finally got back a few games ago after getting his practice in. Speaking of the devil, ground ball to Barkley, throw on to first. Routine ground ball, as I'll get out number 2 away with here. And that is going to bring to the plate the 3-hole hitter, number 11, the catcher, Nolan.
Wonder if he has any relation to you, Jack.
I am not aware of any Nathan Hale catchers in the bloodline, but I'll have to double-check that. So, like right now, Reed is confident on the mound as strike 1 is swung and missed. Big hack there from Nolan. But Reed is looking very confident out there. His posture seems to mentally be very present in the moment as he goes a little off speed there. Gets him swinging a strike, too. Getting that 0-2 count. He's been very good at that so far. See if he can continue to do that, because that's a big mental thing for these batters. Pitch on the way. Strike 3. Look that. And that is going to be out number 3 here. And that's going to do it for the top half of the first. The Irish look to do better than the Raiders did in the bottom half of the first as we're going to take a quick break here live on YouTube.
We are back here on YouTube from Bannerwood Park as the bottom of the first inning is about to start, and as per usual, your leadoff hitter Isaiah Nolan coming to the plate.
Isaiah Nolan is a real speed threat on the base pads. He's been walked multiple times this season in his leadoff appearances, as he'll look at strike 1 down the middle. Looked like pitcher went off speed there. But Isaiah Nolan, if you walk in his first at-bat, that is a tough thing to get back, as he is definitely the definition of speed demon.
Pitch from Blumhagen has popped up. Will it get out of play in foul territory? The first baseman chasing after it, and he will not get it as it goes in the Nathan Hale dugout. 0-2 the count here to Nolan early. Nolan only hitting 179 on the year, but when he's on base, 13 stolen bases, leading all the Irish with them. Proves you really don't want him to get on base because he can swipe a base easily, that's for sure.
Yeah, really, Nolan is a defensive back as well and a returner for the Irish football team. That really, you can see why here when he gets on base, even if it is not the most common thing ever, as ball 1 is going to be in the dirt. Looks like Blumhagen has a little bit of control issues to this point, but his off-speed looks like he controlled that pretty well, but it is definitely a slower velocity pitch that these Irish hitters have to take advantage of here. The 1-2. That's flied out to right. That will be caught and put away without an issue. So out number 1 is recorded here in the bottom half of the first, bringing to the plate the third baseman, number 12, Vaughn Lowe.
Lowe, a definition of a pretty much a pure contact hitter. Really slaps the ball to either field pretty much any time you want. It's batting 400 on the year. Very good to see from him, as hopefully he can get the Irish their first base runner here in the bottom of the first innings. The pitch from Blumhagen is bounced over the middle, over to the shortstop. fires to first and got him in time. 2 down here for the Irish in the bottom of 1.
Attacking on that first pitch the first time around for these batters. Not a super consistent strategy to take. However, the first time around, this pitch is going to be going mainly with fastballs and then try those off-speed as second work of the order. As that'll bring to the plate the catcher number 4, Joe Githens.
Pitch from Blumhagen. Just low for ball number 1, 1-0. Githens, you can make an argument for the most consistent hitter on the Irish team, batting .361 on the year, and he almost never strikes out, only 4 strikeouts on the year. Debate between him and Asa Reese on who's the most consistent, but I don't know. They're both great hitters, and they provide a very valid contribution to the team as he takes them outside for ball 1, strike number 1.
Yeah, having them at that 3 and 4 spot is very valuable, especially if you coach Doyle, understanding that you got 2 consistent guys. As Githens ropes that one down the line in right, but just foul. That's the count's going to go to 1-2 here. Great contact, really squared that ball up just a little out in front of it. If you can learn to wait on that a little more, looks like that pitch was off speed. So if these Irish hitters can wait back on that ball and just drive it, it'll hit the gap well. As you can see, especially if you can wait on a little bit more, you see that left center gap is wide open with the center fielder playing offset to the right slightly.
Hopefully, if he can poke it in there hard enough, he can have a repeat of his triple on Saturday, which is amazing to see for the Irish. Blumhagen looks in and gets a sign, the stretch and the pitch. Roped down to right field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Another base hit for Joe Githens here on the season, as the Irish now have the first base runner of the day.
So, Githens will break hopes of a perfect game and a no-hitter, as coming to the plate here, the big power bat of number 24, Asa Reese, as we will get a runner for Joe Githens.
Should be number 5, Nate Newsom, coming in for the courtesy runner for the catcher. Asa making his first appearance over at first base on the year. Usually been the designated hitter or the third baseman as Blumhagen throws back to first, but no play for him.
We've seen the versatility of these infielders a lot. As I mentioned, third, short, and second today are switched up a little more. But Asa Reese has been playing mainly third this season. Shows he can play first as well, as Vaughn Lowe usually plays first, and he's over at the third base spot today. As ball 1 misses inside.
Blumhagen taking a look back at Newsom over at first. Gets a sign in the pitch. That is ripped to left field. That's going to drop in for another base hit. Asa Reese, another base hit on the year for him, as we have runners at first and second and 2 outs here for the Irish in the bottom of 1.
Just like we were saying, that 3 and 4 spot hitters is super valuable when those are the 2 most consistent batters on your squad, and that's definitely the case for the Irish here. That'll bring up to the plate the 6'3" sophomore, number 30, Zach Proctor.
Proctor getting his first start on the year. Hopefully he can bring a runner or 2 home here and prove that he should be in that lineup. Blumhagen takes a long look back at Newsom. Can he get back in time? He just missed the tag, got back in there.
Great handwork from Newsom. It looks like he fakes with his right and then reaches left around a little more.
Newsom, a very good base runner, as you can tell by that slide over back to second. May have saved his team a couple runs here, depending on what Proctor can do. Blumhagen's pitch is ripped through the hole and in for a base hit. Newsom rounding third, heading for home. The throw to the plate, there will be no throw, as the Irish now have an early 1-0 lead here in Bannerwood Park. Man, good contact there from Zach Proctor to drive in a run.
Yeah, Nate Newsom on second base. There's no question he was going to be able to get in on that one. But Zach Proctor now with his first varsity hit of his young career on the season. Second varsity hit, mistake, as he gets that one straight up in the middle, 4-base hit, and gets the Irish on the board here early with Asa on second and Proctor on first. Check swing from the center field, number 18, Declan Brown, will be fouled off. Pitch was run a little inside, but Brown crowded the plate a little too much, so that'll be called for strike one here.
Hopefully the Irish can put more and more runs on the board for this game, as the pitch from Blumhagen just high for ball 1-1 the count on Declan.
That was great impulse control from Declan Brown. I don't know if that was him right there. I would have swung that ball. It was just right below the eyes. Really nice spot. Looks great, but is too high to get good contact with as he takes a big hack at strike two as it drops low.
2 outs here for the Irish. Hopefully they can spark a 2-out rally here, get multiple runs on the board so they can cushion their lead early in this game, as Blumhagen takes a look back at second in the pitch. Just a bit outside, 2-2 the count.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on here for the Irish. Already 1 run scored in the inning. Declan Brown looking to do more damage. Pitch on the way here from Blumhagen. Hard ground ball to third. We field it cleanly as Reese's diving attempt not in time, so that's going to do it for the first inning here. The Irish getting on the board here first, 1-0, dominating the base paths so far. Max Reed getting on the hill once again. Let's see if he can continue to dominate out there on the bump.
We are back here for the top of 2 from Bannerwood Park, as we now have the first baseman and cleanup hitter for the Raiders, Crowder, up to the plate. Reed had a very dominant first inning with 2 strikeouts, 1 looking and 1 swinging. That's a pitch from him here. Crowder way early on that for strike number 1.
Yeah, going to the second inning, Max Reed looks very confident on the mound. I talked about that a little bit more. As strike 2 is called, looked a little low, but was in there. As looks like it's almost going to be pretty generous with that strike zone low and outside. 0-2 on the way. Hits him on the swing, so that's going to be a foul ball for strike 2.
Never a good feeling when you get hit by a foul ball when you swing at it, but a way I feel like to measure a pitcher's confidence is how fast they're working on the mound. As you can see, Max, he's really working. He's taking no time in between pitches here to get going. As he looks in and gets a sign from Joe, stretching the pitch. Called strike 3, high and outside corner. Got him looking for strikeout number 3 on the day, as we have 1 out here early in the top of 2. That'll bring to the plate number 7, the center fielder, Andrews. Looking not to be another victim of a strikeout like the first 3 guys, or 3 of the first 4 guys were, as he fouls one into the O'Day dugout, 0-1.
The Irish giving some generous room up the middle. However, you got 2 speedsters, Nolan at short and Barkley at second. Might be able to get over there in time if the ball gets up the middle. Ace Cerise not able to track that one down in foul territory.
Reed, seeming to be the master of getting ahead in the count 0-2, has done it to every batter but 1 so far in this game. As we have, once again, another 0-2 count. The pitch from Reed has popped up into shallow right field. Ranging after it is Barkley, and it will be
caught by Tyler Bugby.
Wow!
Tyler Bugby, what a catch. closing in on that one. Looked like he called off Richard Barkley at the last second. And Asa Reese, no clue how he caught that one. But all I saw was him go down, hat flying off, and the ball did not hit the ground. Great day to get your uniform dirty out here for out number 2.
Definitely has a big stain on the back of his pants as we have a chopper over to Von Lowe. Easy routine play over to first. That'll be out number 3 here in the top of 2. No runs, no hits, no errors for Nathan Hale. We will go to the bottom of 2. Your score, the Irish 1, the Nathan Hale Raiders nothing. We will be right back. Go.
Richard Barkley stepping in the plate now for the Irish. Playing second here, batting the 6th spot today. Ball one going to be low in the dirt. The Irish dominating so far, dominating, up 1-0 here. But left 2 men on, had a solid looked like they knew what they were doing in the box, catching up to these pitches pretty well, as ball 2 is going to run inside. Very close to hitting Barkley. I knew he is not one to shy away from any pitches that might hit him.
Barkley had a big double in the last game on Saturday to spark the Irish comeback that just came short as they lost to Lakeside 6-5. But hopefully he can gain a lot of more confidence from that as he is up 3-0 in the count here on Blumhagen.
I know that Doyle loves to give the take sign on 3-0. Let's see if he does here. Looks like he did. Barkley not too happy to be walked to first base, however.
He was as still as a statue. He didn't even move a muscle at all, as you could hear some laughs from the dugout on that one, as we have a runner here in the early part of the bottom of the 2nd inning. That'll bring up Tyler Bugby, your right fielder, to the plate.
If I'm Blumhagen, I have another 3-0 or 3-1 count, I'm going to lob that pitch in there right down the middle because I know these Irishmen are not going to swing as Barkley gets over to first base safely. Because, man, Richard Barkley he looked like that pitch could have been lobbed in there 40 miles an hour, hard at the plate. Still would not have swung.
Pitch from Blumhagen. Ripped right to the shortstop. Can he get back in time? Barkley will. Good shot there from Bugby. Just hit it right at the shortstop as we have one away here in the bottom of 2.
Not the worst out ever. I mean, you're putting that right up the middle, but caught on the run by the shortstop. You would take that as a coach any day of the week. That's unfortunate, but if you're squaring the ball up like that, you're going to be getting lucky. Put one in the gap for a double or triple, as that'll bring to the plate Dominic Scally.
Scally heating up on the season, had 3 hits in the last 3 games. really been a key factor with a few RBIs, and he's made the most of those hits. Hopefully he can make the most of this one here, too, and drive Barkley home as Blumhagen looks in, the sign of the pitch. Barkley takes off. That ball is ripped down the left field line. Will it be foul? It will. Barkley will have to go back to first base as we have strike here on Scally. 0-1, I believe the count is.
One away here in the bottom half of the second. Barkley on first. Scally at the plate here. Blumhagen gets a sign, checks back to first briefly. Pitch on the way. Tipped back into the mitt for strike 2.
Scally really reached after that one, hoping to make some kind of contact with it and push it into right field, but now he's down 0-2 early here.
I will say that Nathan Hale, center fielder, is being generous with his shift. Versus right-handers, he's playing very offset to the left. Ground ball, hard ground ball, bouncer to the second baseman. Throw on to first is wild, and so Scally will reach first safely.
Rule that an E4 on that one.
And so that will bring Isaiah Nolan to the plate now. Last time out, flew out to right field. And so he's looking for a little bit of redemption here with 1 out and 2 runners on. Got 2 speed options. There are no Isaiah Nolans. I mean Tyreek Hills out there, but they are something enough. Throw on to second, got him in time. Wild throw at first. Barkley will score with ease, and Nolan, it should get into second with no problem. Tag missed.
He missed the tag. Very good athletic play there from Nolan, evading the tag, and that'll lead to a run for the Irish here as the manager for Nathan Hale will appear to have a talk with the umpire debating that last call.
Looks like he's going to talk. Wants to check out how wide Isaiah Nolan took that turn at first base. But
to be fair, he could have a point on that. He was almost in the outfield when he took that turn.
He was. He definitely hit the grass for a good portion of that, but he did run through the bag and then cut straight to second base. And he didn't get out of the direct line until he reached the second baseman, in which he only took a step outside. So doesn't look like that's going to be enough, and that will bring to the plate number 12, Von Lowe, the third baseman. With Nolan on second, 2 away, already a run scored in the inning. Nolan's going to take off for third. The throw dropped by the third baseman as he gets decked. Gets in, looked like Nolan just slid under him, causing him to hit the ground.
You can really tell it's been raining out there. Nolan had a fairly early slide, but he flew in there and took out the third baseman, as it worked out for Nolan in the end as he is on third base, but hopefully Vaughn can drive him in here with a base hit. Blumhagen looks in the pitch. Ripped down the third baseline. That's going to be a fair ball. Nolan will score easily. Vaughn rounding first. He wants to. The throw from the left fielder over to second. It's a good throw. He is in there for an RBI double. Von Lowe as he celebrates on second base. 3-0 here for the Irish in the bottom of the second inning.
Von Lowe put that one straight down the line, ripped it. Frank was lucky the third baseman didn't get to that one, but it was very tight, close to the bag, exactly what you want if you're going to put one as a low line drive in the left. Great job from the sophomore, already making his presence known in this game and on the season. He's having a great year so far, as that's going to bring Joe Githens to the plate as he looks to strike or ball one out, way outside the other batter's box. No, you could tell though immediately once that ball got in the outfield, Nolan was going to score. Didn't even need to put much effort into scoring that one. They're going to check him back at second, and they're going to get him in time. Great throw from the catcher to check back Lowe, who's taking a very generous lead at second. And that's going to do it for out number 3 here in the bottom half of the second. That'll do it for the second inning. We're going to go on to the top of the third, see if Max Reed can continue this dominant outing here, as the Irish already getting ahead here. The Raiders trying to get sum this back here in the top of the third.
We are back here. Very quick break in the top of the third inning as we have now the right fielder Turnbull coming to the plate. Pitch from Reed in there for strike number one.
Reed making quick work of these guys so far. You see the amount of time between pitches he takes is very little. Kind of able to step off for a second, straight back in his motion. It's the 0-1. Called, not called for strike two. Barely missed there.
I thought he got him for sure. I figured umpire would have rang him up, but Reed back to work, getting the sign, stretching into the pitch. Got him swinging strike three. Punch out number 4 on the day for Max Reed, as we now have one away here very early in the top of 3. That'll bring him to the plate Parker, the second baseman.
Max Reed looking very, I know I've already mentioned it a few times, but he looks extremely confident out there, as it looks like the ball hit his batter's foot on the way out, so that explains the extremely slow roll of that hit, even on this turf. It usually makes it every time it hits the ground, it speeds up because of that topspin on it, but there it was just crawling.
As I mentioned before, that's never a good feeling when any part of your body gets hit by your own foul ball. It's Reed's pitch here. Chopper over to third base, but foul ball. Good play there by the Nathan Hale manager, but 0-2 here early once again.
It's not too cold out here. It's 50 degrees, but this rain got to be cooling some of these guys down a little more, and that can really sting. Even not making great contact can hurt here. It's great scoop by Reese at first. Gets it for out number 2. And so Max Reed, 1 out away. As I'm knocking on the closest thing we have to wood out here. We're going 3 perfect innings, which is different in the major leagues than it is in high school, as that one runs very inside to clipping the batter there. Looks like it almost hit his jersey. Here's the 1-0. Strike one, swung on and missed. Big hack there. Tried to put it right down the left field line.
We should mention only the 9th hitter into the game, but Max Reed has had 6 guys go down in 0-2 counts. Pitch to Nolan as good play there by Asa Risha, first baseman, to get him in time for out number 3. No runs, no hits, and no errors for Nathan Hale. In the top of the third inning, we go to the bottom of the third inning. Your score, the Irish 3, Nathan Hale Raiders nothing. We will be right back here on the Irish Sports Network on YouTube. We are back here for the bottom of the third inning from Bannerwood Park as the rain appears to be picking up a little bit here. But we have Joe Githens leading off the bottom of the third inning. Pitch from Blumhagen nearly hits him as he brushes off the plate. 1-0 the count.
Looks like Joe Githens stared him down a little bit there for a second. I know some guys would have let that hit him, but Githens probably pretty confident that he can get a hit off him. Not quite, though, as that fly ball is deep to right, but not deep enough, as that's going to be caught out near the warning track for out number 1.
Ball was hit a mile high, way up in the air, but just not deep enough to get over the 325 fence out there in right field, as we will now have 1 out.
Get some angle correction there. A little less arc on that, and that would have been put into one of these cars that's sitting out on the street in right field. Off-speed pitch. Looks like a changeup there. High for strike 1 is, man, good contact would have put that ball well over the left field fence. As Acerix takes a big hack of that one.
Pitch from Blumhagen outside for ball number 1. Sometimes I sort of feel like Asa and Joe are really trying to compete on who's going to hit that first run of the year for the Irish. Could be done possibly at Eastside Catholic where the fences are pretty short. We'll look to see that on Friday as Blumhagen's pitch is over to Reese and then goes over to shortstop, and he will get him out for a routine play. 2 down here in the bottom of the third inning.
Hot take coming in here, I think it's going to be Isaiah Nolan with the first round tripper inside the park.
Inside the park, okay.
I think that's more likely at this point because you can see Asa and Joe consistently hitting flyouts that are going 340, 330, which are pretty close to going out, but they're in the gap where those fences are 402, maybe a little shorter on some other parks, but still farther than they're hitting them. But Isaiah Nolan, one good ball in the gap that rolls, and no one has a chance of catching him.
It's a good point here. If he's able to get good enough contact and hit it out to that 402 spot, forget it. That's an inside the parker. As you mentioned, just Proctor fouls one to the opposite field. First baseman will not get there in time. 1-1 the count here on the sophomore.
See both those guys always frequently with each other, but always, those are the 2 guys 2 of maybe 5 that every morning I see in the batting cages, always making sure they're in there, always perfecting their craft. Because I think you're absolutely right. I bet they are on a little betting system right now to see who's going to go yard first.
One and 2 the count here on Proctor as Blumhagen looks in for the sign. The pitch outside in the left-handed batter's box. 2-2 the count here on Proctor. Blumhagen looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the day. Could easily happen here with one more strike as the pitch poked out into center field. Appears to be right at the center fielder. He will make the catch. And as I mentioned, a 1-2-3 inning here for Blumhagen in the bottom of the third inning. We will go to the top of the fourth inning. Your score, the Irish 3, the Nathan Hale Raiders nothing. We will be right back. We are back here in the top of the 4th inning here from Bannerwood Park as Max Reed still on the bump, facing the top of the lineup here for the Nathan Hale Raiders. Leach to the plate, struck out swinging on his first at-bat. Pitch from Reed, in there for strike number 1.
Hardy in the 4th. Max Reed is really mowing these guys down. He's going with tempo. He's keeping that. He takes 3 or 4 steps back, gets back on the mound, gets his sign from Githens, and then he pitches again. That's probably maybe 10 seconds between each pitch versus some other pitchers. I know Blumhagen's not a slow guy, but he's probably taking 15 to 20 between each pitch, and that's, I don't know, maybe that tempo's throwing some of these Raiders off, as that's going to be ball 2 as it misses outside.
Exchange of baseballs here, possibly because of the control issues on this at-bat for Reed, as he will get a new baseball from the umpire. Pitch from Reed, fouled down left field line, way out of play, 3-2. The count runs full. Big pitch here from Reed. The pitch, fouled away once again. Still a full count.
Full count now. Here's the pitch from Reed. Misses high for his first walk of the game. First base runner here for the Raiders. However, still looking confident out there on the bump today.
That'll dig in. The left fielder Dyer coming to the plate now. Pitch from Reed, fouled back, almost near us. 0-1 the count here early.
I mean, it's bound to happen this season that we get a ball back here.
Oh, exactly. I don't know what to do when it does. We got so much stuff up here in the booth. It's either going to be me or the camera that's taken out. I don't know which one I want. Pitch from Reed down low here. 1-1 the count.
Start bringing a glove to these games. Make sure, just in case.
Definitely. Pitch from Reed. Chopper.
That's going to be foul, as finally Githens knocks that away towards the dugout.
1-2 the count here on Dyer, the left fielder. Nathan Hale, hitters are once again in a hole to Max Reed as he takes a look back on first. Throw over to first. He will get back safely. Still 1-2 the count.
Looks like the rain staying pretty consistent right now. Not super heavy, but
that ball's ripped into left field. Over to Scally will get it. The runner had a bit of a head start, but he will not advance to third as Nathan Hale will get their first hit on the day as we have runners here at first and second with nobody out. Fortunately, there will be no no-hitter for Max Reed as a bit of a stoppage play here. Once again for an exchange of baseballs, but that'll dig in the catcher Nolan, who struck out looking on his first appearance to the plate. First time here for a jam Reed will be having to deal with in this game. Hopefully they can turn the rare triple play here with Nolan being a right-handed hitter, and Lowe playing pretty close over to third base as a pitch from Reed. Caught the outside corner for strike 1.
Good frame from Githens. That ball didn't need to do much to it, but put it in a way that made that one sit nicely in the zone. Looks like Githens going to set up outside. Sure enough, he does. He threatens to throw down to second. Does not pull the trigger. That's the count.
0-2 here.
No balls and 2 strikes.
Another 0-2 count for Max Reed. I believe that is his 8th on the day, and he's only faced his 12th hitter, excuse me. He will step off here.
First time seen that tonight, this afternoon. He's not a slow tempo guy.
Pitch from Reed. Chopped over to the third base side. Foul ball. We will do it over again. 0-2.
Nathan Hale, third base coach, drawing that ball off for Max Reed.
Oh, 2 count here once again to Nolan, the catcher. Popped out foul down the right field line. We will do it once again. 0-2 the count. Nolan really making Reed work for those strikes and those pitches. Really trying to battle his pitch count up. Pitch from Reed. I believe it hit him, but he did take a swing and get a foul ball on it. There was another foul ball.
Looks like we got someone stretching in the bullpen right now. I believe that's Patrick Galvin. But for now, Max Reed giving up his first walk and first hit in this one does not look bad. Great movement on that to get him for strike 3 and get the first out of the inning hit here.
Much needed first out for Max Reed. Now you have the double play set up to end the inning as you have Crowder, your first baseman, coming up for Nathan Hale.
Great movement on that fastball. I know fastballs are supposed to be straight line, point A to point B, but looks like that one cut inside a little bit as that hits him. So the steal attempt from second was kind of pointless, but regardless, looks like Dump wants to get Max better ball. It's like he lost a little bit of control on that one. And so for the first time this game, the bases will be juiced for the Raiders. And so Coach Doyle's going to go out, have a talk with Reed.
Possibly looking to buy time or maybe even give the hook here, but I believe it's just a regular mound visit to buy time to the bullpen pitchers to warm up.
Settling those nerves out there.
If Reed can get out of this will be very impressive with the bases loaded and 1 out for Nathan Hale.
You can hear the rain. Still not lighting up. That is something to consider. However, you can tell out there with Vaughn Lowe, Asa Reese, Richard Barkley, Declan Brown. Those guys are not wearing, I guess some of those guys are wearing one sleeve, but they're wearing this. They're surviving out here in the elements, as some would say.
The boys seem unaffected by it, which is a very good sign. It's a pitch to Andrews, the center fielder, is in there for a strike. 0-1. Reed, 47 pitches on the day in 4th inning, so he's in good shape for his pitch count. That is hit through the gap for a base hit. That'll score 1. The rounding third, he will not score as the Raiders will put a run on the board. It is 3-1. O'Day. Digging in now here for Nathan Hale, the third baseman, Illich. Grounded to Vaughn Lowe for an out. His first time up in the 2nd inning as the pitch from Reed is hit softly over to Nolan. They get 1. Will they turn 2? They will. A big double play there from the Irish to get out of a jam. Only 1 run for Nathan Hale in the top of the 4th inning as we will go to the bottom of 4. Your score, the Irish 3, the Nathan Hale Raiders 1. We will be right back here on YouTube. We are back here for the bottom of the fourth inning. Your score, the Irish 3, Nathan Hale 1, as we will now have Declan Brown digging in, the center fielder for the Irish, to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning. As Blumhagen, pitcher, still hanging in there for Nathan Hale, trying to go 4 innings as a pitch to Brown is high for ball 1, 1-0. Blumhagen looks in the stretch and the pitch. Declan rips that one to the right center field gap. That'll drop in there for his base hit, as Declan will get his first hit on the day. And the Irish have an early base runner here in the bottom of 4. That'll dig in Richard Barkley, who walked on 4 pitches his first time up to the plate. Looking to get on base once again and drive in some more runs for the Irish here to pad their 2-run lead. Be much nicer if they were to add a couple more runs to the board to keep the lead safer and safer. As Brown takes off, that ball will be fouled off though, as Brown will have to go back to first. 0-1 the count here on Barkley.
Brown, definitely a speed threat on first. You got a few of these guys who can really show off their wheels on the base paths for a day. As Blumhagen, he doesn't look too unsettled out there. He doesn't look too rattled. His nerves look fine. As that ball off speed, fouled off right side. A little too far foul. I know that first baseman a few times this game has definitely wanted to get those balls, but they've been just out of his reach. A few times too many. As we've got some bullpen action there for the Irish. Nothing in, no one tossing for the Raiders, but the Irish have Jeffrey Woods warming up.
Woods, not many appearances on the year, but he did get a big clutch victory, who pretty much would probably be the MVP of that game at the game of Peninsula, where he came in there and slammed the door for the Irish, as Barkley will strike out and Declan will get back to first safely. 1 out here for the Irish in the bottom of the 4th inning. Digging now, we have Tyler Bugby, who made a spectacular play in the 1st or 2nd inning, I believe. Diving catch. Hopefully he can do something with the bat here, as pitch from Blumhagen is outside for ball 1.
Bugby's uniform still, you can see the marks on there from that diving catch and right.
Liner right at the second baseman. Will Declan get back to first? It hits him. And he will, in fact, get back safely, I believe. Quite fortunate it actually did hit him, because he would have been out otherwise. As the Nathan Hale manager appears to be talking with the umpire on that play. I know Bugby's gone 0 for 2 on the day, but he's had very good contact nonetheless.
I was going to say, both of them driven up the middle right to infielders. He's hit both sides, and just got to go straight back up the middle, but avoid the pitcher.
Something I'd imagine the coaches will not be too mad about. I think you really want solid contact no matter where it goes from any of your players. Eventually it's going to find the hole if you keep hitting it like that, and that'll cause a bunch of base hits, as we have Dominic Scally coming to the plate here for the Irish. Blumhagen took a long look back at Declan, as he will get back just in time for the Irish. Scally looking to continue his hit streak, and put it at 4 here on the year. Reached via an error in the 2nd inning. Blumhagen looks in the stretch and the pitch. Chopped down the 3rd baseline, and it will go foul. 0-1 the count here on Scally.
Two down. Here's the pitch to Scally. High and outside for ball one. County even up at 1 ball and 1 strike here. Brown still on first now. Blumhagen. Stretch, pitch. Off speed, misses. Throw to second. Gonna get him in time. And that's going to be out number 3 there. Great throw. Second baseman had to cover a little wildly, but will do the job here, as that's going to be out number 3, and that'll do it for the 4th inning. As the Irish leave one on, no damage done to the scoreboard. And that is going to lead us to the start of the 5th inning here in just a moment.
We are back here from Bannerwood Park as we will have a new bump here for the Irish. Junior Jeffrey Woods taking the hill. Junior Southpaw, like I mentioned, had a big clutch victory for the Irish. Got him out of a jam in Gig Harbor a couple weeks ago. He spikes one in the ground here to your hitter. Turn ball for ball 1, 1-0. Pitch from Woods. In there for a strike, 1-1 the count.
Jeffrey Woods, really the only southpaw reliever, I believe, that's made an appearance this season for the Irish. I know Patrick Galvin, Brendan Doshi, both right-handers. And then for the starters, you got Max Reed, Simon Adams, and Brady Foster, also all right-handers. I wonder if Coach Doyle sees something he likes against this Nathan Hale roster, where he wants a lefty on the mound. Here's the pitch on the way from Woods. Runs inside, but close enough for a strike 3. As that's going to be out number 1 here for the Irish. Sending down his first now.
That'll bring to the plate Parker, the second baseman for Nathan Hale. Grounded out to Vaughn Lowe in the 3rd inning, his first time at the dish. The pitch from Woods is in there for strike number 1, 1-2, 0-1 the count here early. Woods into a stretch in the pitch. Just low for a ball, 1-1 the count.
I noticed Woods in his stretch, he doesn't bring the glove close to his chest. He leaves it down on his waist. I know that strategy is, obviously that's the way he pitches, but it's unorthodox. But it seems to work pretty well as he misses for ball 2. 2-1 now.
Another thing you'll see in some pitchers, you'll see them throw their glove over their head, old school style. That'll work for some, but not for Jeffrey Woods. Like you said, Jack, holds it at his waist and his stomach as he goes into his windup in the pitch. Got him for strike number 2. 2-2 the count here.
Went off speed there, got it lobbed down in the zone, but hit the zone nonetheless. As here's the 2-2 on the way. Strike 3, swung on and missed. Woods sends down his second in the inning for out number 2. And so that'll bring up to the plate
The pitcher, Blumhagen, I believe. Yep.
Blumhagen stepping in the box now.
Grounded out to short first time at the dish in the 3rd inning. Woods goes into his windup in the pitch. Spiked in there. Not really close to the plate. 1-0 the count.
A little bit of some control issues here for Woods early on, however. He's also struck out 2 in a row, so I'm not going to be the one to judge. Blumhagen overall has not had a bad day on the mound, I would say. Only giving up 3 hits to this dominant O'Day roster, as ball 2 will be called inside. But 3 hits against this O'Day team is not, it's definitely not ideal, but it's not a bad outing.
That's for sure, as Woods goes into his windup as he brushes Blumhagen off the plate. 3-0 here the count.
An interesting outfield shift now. Big gap in left center and down the left field line. They feel confident with Dominic Scali's ability to cover that ground, as ball 4 is low. As that puts a runner on with 2 away here in the 5th.
That'll bring the play at shortstop Leach. Was Nathan Hale's first base runner on the day for them in the 4th inning. Reached on a walk as he will step into the dish looking to do some damage here and get the Raiders within one or even tie it for that matter. It's a pitch from Woods. Clips them, I believe. Or no, they'll say no, but the runner will advance no matter what. Rule that a wild pitch on Woods as the Raiders have a runner in scoring position now. We will have a talk from the pitching coach.
Coach Payton are going to come out to settle Woods' nerves. Just talk things over with him. Looks like he's been having some control issues recently, but still with confidence out there, which is an important thing.
Definitely. And really the one thing you don't want is runs to score. And when you're in a tight game like this, that's the last thing you really want is any runs to score for that matter. As the mound visit will conclude and we will begin to get rolling again here. Woods taking a long look into the catcher, Githens, a long look back at second for that matter, and the pitch. That is lined right to the shortstop, Isaiah Nolan. Routine play for him. 1 out, and they will get out of the inning with no damage done. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. No hits for Nathan Hale, and there will be no runs scored for that matter either. Still 3-1 the score here from Bannerwood Park. We will be right back. We are back here from Bannerwood Park as Dominic Scally will lead off the bottom of the fifth inning for the Irish, looking to put some more insurance runs on the board here. Something you really need. These tie games, only 3-1 the score. The Irish are up as he chases one outside for strike number one. Blumhagen still grinding out there for Nathan Hale into the fifth inning. Only giving up 3 runs, which is pretty good against this good O'Day lineup. Scally hits one off the handle of the bat over the shortstop, and that'll be in time despite the hustle from Scally. 1 out here early in the bottom of 5.
I was gonna say did not beat him by much, and right now if you're Blumhagen, you gotta be feeling pretty good. Have not given up a run since the second inning, and it's only 3 on the board for you, so he's definitely rolling right now as Isaiah Nolan steps into the batter's box here.
Pitch from Blumhagen, way inside, nearly nailing Nolan on the face as we have a 1-0 count here early.
Nolan probably looking to put something in the gap now. Use those wheels that we talk about so much as ball 2 runs way outside.
I'm really hoping that inside the park thing that you mentioned earlier in the broadcast actually happens. That'd be so amazing to see, especially for the first home run on the year. As Blumhagen looks in the stretch and the pitch, ripped into the gap. That is a base hit for Isaiah Nolan. Good to see him getting things going after the bit of a slump he's been in. Base runner here for the Irish, as that'll bring in Vaughn Lowe, the 2-hole hitter, coming to the plate. Double in the second inning and a ground out to the shortstop in the first inning. Let's hope he repeats what he did in the second inning and he can drive Nolan home here for some insurance runs.
Vaughn Lowe drying off his bat, probably going to be a valuable thing to do here. Some of these batters got to be aware of. You don't want the bat too slick, or else you're going to be popping these balls up too much. Strike one is called to throw down. Not in time. Gets past this shortstop. Looks like the cleat of Isaiah Nolan got this second baseman a little bit there.
Got past the shortstop and the second baseman. In fact, as it goes into center field, shortstop should be all right. It appears they will walk it off. Blumhagen will get a new baseball from the umpire as the Nathan Hale manager once again will go talk with the umpire, I believe. Or no, in fact, he'll probably be checking up on his player. As you mentioned, he did get a cleat to some part of his leg.
Looks like the inner upper thigh. Seems to be okay, though. As they'll just take a breather for a second.
We will resume play here as the Nathan Hale manager walks off. Lowe really trying to get another hit on this game and drive Nolan in. He's definitely the guy to do it. Like I said, batting .400 on the year. Blumhagen will step off, but no throw over to second.
Blumhagen's be watching Nolan closely. Here you can tell. Almost like he's intimidated by that presence. As that one nearly hits low, but does not.
Pitch from Blumhagen. Fouled off by Vaughn Lowe. 1-1 in count, I believe. No, excuse me, a 3-2 count actually on Vaughn Lowe. Man, did the pitches pile up quick. Big pitch here coming up for Blumhagen.
You can hear that O'Day dugout going crazy right now as the 3-2 pitch. Almost fielded cleanly by Mr. Doyle. Will get some boos from obviously Declan Brown being one of those. You don't even need to hear it. Just know. You know the suspects.
Definitely, especially if you're on that O'Day bench. You can hear him from a long ways, including up here in the booth. As a pitch from Blumhagen will be popped up. Will it get out of play? The first baseman cannot make a play on it. We will do it over again. 3-2 the count.
I will say that first baseman's had a busy day over there. Not able to come away with a caught foul ball in that ground over there. However, he's working on it. Came closest right there. Finally had a chance, an opportunity to, but just not really able to, as that was tough close to the fence, especially when it's slick out here. You don't want to slide too much. That being said, looks like we finally got someone warming up in the bullpen for Nathan Hale. Here's the pitch on the way. That's going to be kind of a half swing.
Just foul.
Driven down the line.
Lowe really battling here. Ninth pitch of the at-bat upcoming for him on this pitch. Saying in the MLB is if you can get a 10-pitch at-bat or more, you get a steak dinner. Wonder if that'll fly with Doyle here, if he can foul one more off here and get to that 10th pitch of the at-bat. Pitch from Blumhagen. And he does foul it off. I don't know, I may have to talk to Coach Doyle about that one with the 10th pitch of the at-bat coming. I'll have to vouch for Vaughn Lowe on that one.
I know if I'm Vaughn Lowe right now, I'm going straight after the game. As long as Coach Doyle's in a good mood, and I'm giving him directions to Outback or wherever.
Pitch from Blumhagen. Fouled off once again. We will have an 11th pitch of the at-bat upcoming.
As you can hear with each foul ball, the noises become more and more obnoxious from that O'Day dugout, which, frankly, isn't the worst thing ever.
And they are really loud right now. It's the 11th pitch of the at-bat here to Lowe. The pitch. That is ripped into left field. Will it drop in? In fact, it will. Nolan rounding third. Headed for home. No throw. Lowe will go back to first. What an at-bat from your third baseman, Vaughn Lowe. Hats off to him there. Able to drive in a run off an 11-pitch at-bat. There is nothing else a coach wants to see other than that. Wow.
What a way to fight from the sophomore. I mean, that's something that usually comes with time, learning how to mentally lock in and just not give up the at-bat. But that was incredible work to keep up with the pitches and time it up correctly to get in there for a base hit, as that'll bring Joe Githens to the plate as ball one misses outside. Although I think we should give partial credit to Declan Brown, Brendan Doshi, and the other members of that O'Day dugout who are heckling the pitcher. Fouled or popped straight up. Couldn't really tell where that was going. That one hit higher than his first, and sounds that's going to be out number 2 here as Githens pops out to short. Now we'll bring up the bat of Asa Reese, looking to put one beyond that 402 mark out there where it says NCAA, or really anywhere on this now. But I know knowing Asa, I bet if he wants to go yard on this in this ballpark, he wants to put it over that 402 mark. He wants to make it. He wants it to be a dominant home run, not just a barely hitting the foul pole at 325.
Oh, definitely. And the thing is, he has the capability to do it, too, with the right contact. Not even a question about it. I'd expect to see a big bat flip on him on that pitch if that ever happens. As the pitch is chopped over to the shortstop. Will he make the play? Back foot on his throw. He did get him in time. What a play there from the shortstop, Leach. As we will go to the top of the 6th inning. 1 run for the Irish off of a very long at-bat from Vaughn Lowe. As score is now 4-1, O'Day. We will be right back here on the Irish Sports Network on YouTube. We are back here in the top of the 6th inning, here in the battle between the Nathan Hale Raiders and O'Day Fighting Irish, as we will have Dyer, the left fielder, dig in to lead off for the Raiders. Jeffrey Wood still on the bump. Very good first inning despite a couple command issues on a couple batters, as the pitch here is clips the outside corner for strike one, number 1. Pitch from Woods. Way high. 1-1 the count here on Dyer. Woods goes into his windup and the pitch. Spikes it way before home plate. 2-1 the count. Woods appeared to be a little frustrated on that. Knew he released it way too early than he should have.
We're not letting up here. Does not look like it's going to be changing at all really until 8 o'clock tonight. So until this game is well over with, this final 2 innings, you're going to be seeing the same moist weather out there. That's just going to miss high for ball 3. And so it's going to bring up a hitter's count as Nathan Hale looks to turn this one around.
Definitely, and the lead is still doable for Nathan Hale to come back. As got him swinging. Oh, only strike 2 there, a little early on my part. Count will run full on Dyer, as Woods will step off and call time.
That was a big hack for strike 2. Good, he squared that one up. I don't know if he has Ace Cerise or Joe Githen's power, but that definitely would have flown 300 plus, as that's fouled off. The count's going to stay full. Woods just trying to put it right over the plate here, but not in a spot where he can square it up and put it in the gap. I think that's his goal right now. Just don't let him get on base, but make this, get it to be an obvious strike.
Definitely is. A pitch from Woods. It's way high for ball 4. We'll have Coach Doyle call time. I don't know if there's anyone warming up in the bullpen for O'Day. I believe there is.
Looks like that's going to be, can't tell, it's either Brendan Doshi or Patrick Galvin. That is neither of the above.
Jeffrey will get the hook. And not a bad outing with the 1 inning. He did do a good job. No runs given up. That's really all that matters, as we will let you know on who the pitcher is for the Irish coming in. Vision is not too clear from where we are.
It's going to be Wyatt Ashley taking the mound here for the Irish. Sophomore. Just placed 4th overall in house ping pong, representing Limerick House.
We are back here with the new bump, Wyatt Ashley on the mound, looking to get out of a runner on first situation and put 3 outs here very quickly for the Irish. Ashley will look in, get the sign from Joe. The pitch, high for ball 1, another count here on the catcher Nolan. Runner gets his lead at first. Taking a long look in, the stretch and the pitch is high and outside for 2-0 the count.
Looks like just missed the zone there. But bringing it down a little bit, that was a lot closer. But same direction. If he can just get his release down a little bit, he'll be fine as he checks back to first. Not going to get him, though. Wyatt Ashley, I believe this is his first appearance on varsity, making his debut as he puts that one down the pipe for strike 1.
Really good pitch there from Ashley, able to get him swinging quite early. Now still a hitter's count, 2-1, but Ashley trying to put that back at 2-2 here. Really keeping an eye on that runner over at first.
Pitch on the way here. That one's popped straight back. Out of play. Not 100% sure where it is, but it looks like it's behind us, so we're probably fine. Probably.
Ashley trying to get his first strikeout on varsity here. On the air as a pitch there will be no pitch as he throws it back over to first, but no play. Runner takes off. The pitch from Ashley is way high, gets over Joe's head. Runner gets in there safely. Runner at second base now. The count will run full. The wet baseball has been seeming to give the pitchers a few problems here on the game, as you can see by that wild pitch. Full count on the catcher, Nolan. Couple looks back at second. Ashley's pitch ripped down the third base line, but foul. Really tried to tomahawk that one.
Coach Doyle providing some new fresh baseballs for the umpire.
Ton of them have been used in this game.
Yeah.
As you can see, the rain is really coming down here.
Frankly, I think if this was the condition in the third inning, they would have done a temporary rain delay, but since it's close to the finale of this one, they're going to stick this one out. Misses high again for ball 4 as
Runner will advance over to third. Runners at the corners now for the cleanup hitter, Crowder, coming to the plate. Another wild pitch here from Ashley. To a certain point, you can't really fault him considering the conditions that he is having to pitch in his first game on the year. But you don't want to give up a big hit here, especially with a cleanup hitter coming to the plate, Crowder here. Only 2 hits on the day for Nathan Hale. You don't want to give up a third one here, especially at this time in the game. Be quite impressive if Ashley can get out of this one with nobody out and runners at the corners here.
Tight spot for the sophomore, but definitely doable. Pitch on the way.
Runner takes off. There will be a throw down the second. It will be cut off, and it'll hit the runner, and the runner will come home, and he will score easily. Unfortunate turn of events here for the Irish. The score is now 4-2 O'Day, as there will be no outs, and the runner may be shaken up here on the slide. The Lincoln coach will go out to check on him.
Barkley didn't quite get the stop there with his glove. Looks like he took a weird hop and got under his glove, but he stared down the runner on third. Did actually a pretty good job, but then eventually realized that Barkley didn't have the ball and took off for home.
Ashley once again taking a long look at the runner at second. The pitch, high and inside for ball 1-0. Or I believe that'll be 2-0 actually. Trying to get the control down here. They need him at a big time here with the runner in scoring position. The pitch chopped off his foot, and that'll go foul. 1-1 the count. 2-1 the count, excuse me.
That was a good pitch there. Hit the zone well. Actually got the batter out in front a little bit. Sort of spike it at itself almost.
Ashley's pitch. Breaking ball there, hit the plate. 3-1 the count. As you can hear the cheers from the Nathan Hale dugout really gaining traction and getting louder. Big 3-1 pitch here from Ashley. Ball's ripped, but way foul. Over into the foresty trees over there, past the left field line. 3-2 the count.
That one took a while to come down.
It did. That may have been one of the longest shots I've seen here in a while.
Wrong direction.
But fortunately for the Irish, and you're right,
Yeah.
it's a foul ball.
Would have cleared probably 380 feet or so.
Definitely.
Judging on the trajectory there.
Big 3-2 pitch here from Ashley. Or excuse me, it was a 2-2 pitch. Count will now run full.
I'm going to say I thought that was 3-2 as well. But lucky break there for...
Even a bigger pitch right here from Ashley. Really not trying to have two runners on here with nobody out.
Here's the pitch as he checks back a few times. They're going to get it. That's going to be a ball. The throw, not in time. Close call. And so they're going to put a runner on the corners now. Joe's throw looked good.
Believe he just got under the tag. You're right, Jack. It was a very good throw by Joe Givens.
Looked like a great throw and tag. Looked like the Nathan Hale manager got an issue with something going on here.
We have a courtesy runner here. For some reason that Nathan Hale manager is checking the hat of the pitcher Ashley as he will get a new one. Not sure the reason for that right there.
Thought he was pulling a little bit of the Garrett Cole for a second.
I don't think Spider Jack is being used at the WIAA level as Ashley's pitch is way high once again for ball one.
Ashley struggling to get an out here. At this point, you just got to play catch with the catcher. Across the plate.
Pitch from Ashley is spiked in the ground for two balls and no strikes here. Rain is really coming down. We mentioned it was coming down hard earlier. It's even harder now, and I don't really see it shows any sign of letting up or stopping for that matter anytime soon. Which definitely favors Nathan Hale with the tying run at first and the go-ahead run at the plate. It's Ashley's pitch here. Called for a strike, 2-1.
I think that's what they got to start doing more, giving Ashley opportunities to just throw fastballs down the heart of the plate right now, because Nathan Hale is going to be slow to swing at some of his pitches, but if he's hitting on his fastballs for the most part, it's just those off-speed pitches he doesn't have great control over because of the rain. So let's see if they continue to let him throw fastballs again. They do here. He misses with it.
That'll be another run.
Githens is not going to get to it in time. So Hale's going to cut this one to just one.
Runner would also advance to second on the wild pitch, as there's the 3-1 count here on Andrews, center fielder. We will have a time call, and the pitching coach, Coach Payton, will go out there to talk it over with Ashley. I believe we do have someone warming up in the bullpen for the Irish. Not sure who that is, but hopefully we will find out soon, maybe. Umpire and the two coaches conferring right now. We will have a defensive replacement here, as Nate Newsom will enter at second base and Richard Barkley will move to third base. Not sure the reason for that, but looks like we will resume play here as Joe Githens returning to behind the plate. Ashley still out there on the mound with the go-ahead run for the Raiders, 180 feet away here, and the 3-1 count on the 5-hole hitter Andrews. A big out here, a big first out here for that matter would be very helpful for the Irish, as a pitch from Ashley is roped down the left field line, but that'll go foul. 3-2 the count here.
With this count running full, Ashley's just got to put this ball right into the glove of Joe Githens. No off-speed. If I were Coach Doyle or Coach Lauder right now, I would be calling a fastball right down the pipe. These Hale hitters are slow to swing his pitches. You just got to cross the plate as ball 4 misses, and that'll put a runner on first and second now, with still no outs here in sixth.
At least now you have a force in any base, and you can pretty much get an easy out at first, second, or third, depending on where it is hit. Ashley looking back at second in the pitch. In there for strike one to the third baseman, Illich. Pitch from Ashley once again. Breaking ball hits the plate. Ball 1-1 the count. Looking back at second, Ashley, the pitch. Breaking ball chopped over the third baseman, Barkley. Fires it over to Newsom at second. Can they turn two? No, they won't, but they'll get one out. Runner will be safe on the throw. Tough play there from Newsom with the runner coming in hot. But there will be a runner at third and a runner at first. They will get an out as the winning run, or the tying run, is 90 feet away.
Looks like a little bit. Looked like Newsom got hit there on the release,
which seemed to alter his throw over to first and prevent the double play from happening.
Yeah, it looked like that was the cause because that ball came out kind of loopy and not really. Frankly, it's kind of lucky because I thought that ball was going to go fly in another direction.
Definitely is. The first pitch from Ashley is over the head of the hitter Turnbull for 1-0 the count. Possibly could see a steal from here from Illich to try to take away the double play, which would be a very critical need here for the Irish at this point in the game. The pitch from Ashley, is high for 2-0. Ashley's pitch is a runner. Illich takes off. The fires down. No, he will not. As a double play is, in fact, taken away. The count will run to 3-0 here. Maybe want to walk him here to put that double play back in place. I don't know. We'll see. Any sort of out here is what you needed for the Irish, as Ashley's pitch is spiked in the ground for ball 4. That walk, with that being said, not the worst thing that could have happened. Like I said, it does have a force at any base, and a double play is intact, as Doyle appears to will be given the hook for Ashley, and his day will be done.
With that said, big shout out to Luke Klooster warming up. All these new pitchers today. Been out in the busy guy in the pen today.
We'll have Von Lowe pitching for the Irish, his first appearance on the year, looking to get out of a really big jam that could, in fact, have the Raiders take the lead. So we will have Doyle confer with the umpire, and we will be right back here on YouTube. We are back here after the pitching change of Von Lowe. Third baseman had a very good game at the plate today, coming to the mound actually, in a big situation here as the pitch is just high for a ball. 1-0 the count here.
You see Jay Abner coming into the game for Nate Newsome at second base. You also see these infielders playing in as that bunt gets down. Throw home going to be in time, and the double play at first. Got him. Big clutch moment from Von Lowe, stopping Nathan Hale from getting the lead. Close play at the plate, and great job from Joe Githens getting the ball to first in time to put this inning away without tying this one up.
1, 2, 3, the double play. Pitcher, catcher, first baseman. That's the one thing you needed right now. First pitch, bunt, over to Von Lowe. Quick flip to the catcher, Joe Githens, as he fires it down to Asa Reese for the third out of the inning. What a jam to get out of if you're the Irish here. As the Raiders will gain 2 and have a 1-run deficit to the Irish, but nonetheless a huge win for the Irish here, as we will be right back on the Irish Sports Network here on YouTube. We are back here in the bottom of the 6th inning as Zach Proctor will lead it off as he hits a line shot into center field. Center fielder drifting back. I believe it'll get over his head. Hat falls off. Proctor rounding first, heading for 2. He will get in there standing up as the first pitch is drilled out to almost 392 in center field. A good start here for the Irish here in the bottom of the 6th inning as Proctor will have a pinch runner, Davis Downer, coming to the plate. But Proctor himself has made a good case for being in this starting lineup. 2 for 3 on the day, and a huge shot over in center field.
For a second there, I thought we were going to go 0 for 3 on our predictions for the first round tripper of the season, as that ball was about 2 feet from landing on the warning track in dead center field, not the deepest part of the ballpark. But if he had put that in the left field right about the 362 mark, that would have been gone. That would have exited this ballpark. Great shot from Proctor. Put that ball deep out to center field, way over the center fielder's head, and got that down for a double.
Great decision by Coach Doyle today of putting him 5 in the lineup. He's really made a case for himself to stay in this lineup, like I've said, as we'll have a mound visit here for Nathan Hale. And I believe Blumhagen will stay on the mound despite the huge shot from Proctor. Declan Brown, your center fielder, will dig in. The runner on second here as he steps off, but no throw.
You got Davis Downer out there now with the ski mask, black long sleeves, and black gloves.
Pitch from Blumhagen. In there for no, it is not in there. 1-0 the count.
On deck for the Irish, number 22, Richard Barkley.
High for ball 2, 2-0 the count.
I will say this umpire has not been generous. He's been consistent today, but he hasn't been generous up high. He's been calling that tightly pretty much everywhere, actually. Favorable to hitters, as ball 3 will be in the dirt in the opposite batter's box. So 3-0 here. Brown, let's see if he's as still as Barkley was in his first at-bat. Looking at ball 4. I will say, though, a little blooper to right field. Scores 1 and probably puts him on base. Brown definitely got the take signal there, as he was not statue still, but definitely took a nice pitch there. Pitch on the way. Almost looked like he wore that inside as it clips his jersey. That's going to be ball 4 and going to walk Brown. So runners on first and second here with the senior Richard Barkley stepping up to the plate now. Rain not stopping, picking up a little bit, but not too much of a difference right now. Still about 50 degrees here with cloudy skies, as ball 1 will go high. It's like Blumhagen having some issues with control now.
Seems to be a common theme here for all the pitchers this late in the game. A lot of walks and a lot of wild pitches or pitches out of the zone. Can't blame him considering the rain, as Blumhagen's pitch here. Barkley looks to bunt, that'll go foul to make the count 1-1.
I will say that left center gap looks wide open for a nice line drive from Barkley.
Left fielder really playing over towards the line.
And also looks like the right fielder playing away from the line. So, frankly, a line drive down the first base side or a ball put in that left center gap would have the same effect. Here's the pitch on the way. Barkley's going to bunt one down. What a spot from Barkley. The throw into first, not in time, as runners will advance to second and third. What a bunt from Richard Barkley, as he will get on board. Frankly, a great barehanded scoop from the first baseman. I believe that was a barehanded scoop. Great job there and good throw, but just not in time.
Perfect bunt there from Barkley. There's really no other words for that right there. Perfect position. Guy like Barkley has great speed. Perfect. Just one word for it. As the infield will come in now with the bases loaded and nobody out for Tyler Bugby, the 8-hitter. Blumhagen's pitch is high for a 1-0 count.
I don't want to call too early here, but I don't think Tyler Bugby has any intention of bunting this ball at all. Knowing what he's already been able to do against Blumhagen, he's 0 for 2 to this point, I believe, and
he's had great contact either way as he drills one opposite field. Talk about great contact, as that'll go on the warning track down the right field line and foul.
Yeah, he's line out to the second baseman and the shortstop, both. If he can just put it right back up the middle like he's been able to do, he will have at least one score, likely 2, with the wheels of Declan Brown.
Pitch from Blumhagen is lifted in the air, right field. Right field is chasing after it. He will not have a play, but it will be a foul ball. Fortunately for the right fielder, as it drops right in front of him, but foul, as we will do it over again. This count will run to 1-2 on Bugby.
So 1-2 here. Bugby falling behind. However, no outs. Dominic Scally on deck and having a good day. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out to right field. Will it drop? No, it won't, but Davis Down is going to tag from third. Not even going to try for home as Brown tags up from second to third. The Irish getting an insurance run on the board there, as that's going to be a sacrifice RBI fly out to right field from Tyler Bugby.
Great at bat for Bugby there. What you needed was just another run, and they got that, in fact, and they even got the runner moved from second to third. Not a hit, but great job there from Bugby to get the runners to advance. We will now have Dominic Scally digging in for his third time at the dish today. Blumhagen looking into the pitch. Outside, but he got him swinging as Bugby will swipe second base there. Runners at second and third and only one out. Or excuse me, that'll be Barkley swiping second base.
Barkley on second, Brown on third, one out. Scally at the plate.
The pitch. Outside in the left-handed batter's box for a ball 1-1 to count here on Dominic.
Pitch on the way. Hard ground ball to left field. That's going to get in there for a base hit. The play at the plate. Not in time as the catcher drops that one. And Scally's going to get into second. Dugout wants him to go to third. Doyle disagrees with that. And so that is going to be hit number 10 on the day for the Irish. And run number 6 on the day for O'Day. Or 6 and 7 on the day for the Irish.
I mentioned earlier in the broadcast that Scally has continued his hitting streak in this year with only going it up to 4 now. But the thing is, he's gotten the hits when they count. 5 RBIs on 4 hits this year. Nothing you really can complain about as he drove in 2 right there. And we will now have a pitching change here for the Raiders, as we don't know the pitcher quite yet, but we will let you know as soon as we know here on the broadcast. Should be coming up here fairly shortly.
Isaiah Nolan getting ready for his fourth plate appearance on the day. We will have a new right-hander on the mound.
We are back here in the bottom of the sixth inning after a pitching change. It is pitcher who we had a couple pitching changes. One originally was supposed to pitch, but he we had a pitching change. We will now have Turnbull, the original right fielder, on the mound now for Nathan Hale. Isaiah Nolan at the plate here with Dominic Scally on second. Pitch from Turnbull isn't in there, or not in there. 2-1, I believe the count is on Nolan. That digs Nolan right in the back as he will advance over to first base. Nolan will shake that one off as we will now have Vaughn Lowe come into the plate. Pitch from Turnbull. That ball is ripped by Vaughn Lowe. All the way into the forestry over there down the left field line. Foul ball.
I was going to say that was a meatball. Pull it up there high in the zone for him. He'd be dumb not to take that one.
We talked about that hit from one of the Nathan Hale players that was over there in the forestry earlier in the top of the sixth inning. That ball could have made a case for how long that one was, too. As that ball is ripped in the left field by Vaughn Lowe. Scally rounding third. He will get the stop sign from Coach Doyle, as there will be the bases will be loaded with only one out here in the bottom of six, as that'll bring to the plate Joe Givens, the guy you definitely want coming to the plate when the bases are loaded, at the dish right now for the Irish. Looking to put some more insurance on the board.
Maybe 4 insurance is what he'd be looking for right now. I'm sure he'd love to hit that. One of those cars parked out there.
Chopper over the first baseman. Bobbles it, and they will have no play. Run will score. Be ruled an E3 as the lead is now 8-3 O'Day. The runs keep on piling up here in this inning.
We apologize for any scoreboard technical difficulties that we are having right now, but it seems like it is up to date officially. As Asa Reese will step into the plate now. Up 9 here. Up
8-3 the score.
Up 5. Looking to knock one deep. See, it is cold out there. Center fielder doing some jumping jacks. Stay warm. That ball's crushed foul. Whoa.
Wow. I think that one's the winner so far on the furthest foul ball.
That one wins. That one had a good crack to it. You know he squared up on that one. Just wrong direction. Man, if I were this pitcher, I would be asking my coach to give the intentional walk sign. Or I might just do that myself. And they're going to say he went.
Very debatable.
Debatable, especially. I would love to have that debate. Actually, I would not love to have that debate with Declan Brown. I'm sure he was sounded like he was the most frustrated with that now.
Chopper foul. We will do it over again. 0-2 the count on Asa.
Did not look like a fun. I would not be giving him pitches like that. I know that was a little low, and so it wasn't as easy to hit. But man, I would not be giving him a good pitch to hit here. Here's the 0-2. That ball is in the other batter's box as Isaiah Nolan jogs home as runners will advance. And it goes to 9-3 now for the Irish.
Ruled out a wild pitch on the pitcher Turnbull. Runs are funneling in here for the Irish in this inning. The 5th run of the inning here in the bottom of 6. Hopefully there can be some more on the board.
Strike 3. Swung on and missed from Asa Reese. That's going to be out number 2. I know he wanted That pitch looked like it dropped pretty well. And so I can only imagine that he wanted to send that thing 450 dead center farther than Proctor. Speaking of the man Proctor, he's coming to the plate again. I believe they have batted around this inning.
Yes, in fact, they have. That one is drilled right to the third baseman as he will tag the runner. I believe that is Klooster pinch running for the third out of the inning. But damage, and heavy damage, in fact, has been done. 5 runs for the Irish in the bottom of the 6th inning. We will go to, 6 runs, actually. We will go, no, in fact, there is 5. We will go to the top of the 7th where the Irish will close this one out. Score, Irish 9, Raiders 3. We will be right back here on YouTube. We are back here in the top of the 7th inning as the Irish look to close this one out with Von Lowe still on the hill.
Strike one, great pitch there. Gets it a little inside, but catches the zone well. Pitch on the way. Runs a little inside. Looks like Lowe's confident with that fastball right now. I like his windup a little bit. I like his pitching form. He stands a little more upright. Like he's playing catch, and that seems to work. Great frame from Githens there. This count's going to go to 1-2 as the options widen for Lowe as the opposite with Nathan Hale here. Pitch, ground ball to short, fielded by Barkley at third. Throw on to first in time as the diving attempt is not successful. Oh, great play, though, from Githens as they're going to go around the horn. Nolan missed it. Great play. Great job from Barkley, sorry. He's able to field it cleanly and get it back to Lowe. That's out number 1. Lowe's trying to get the save here. I believe this is a save scenario.
In fact, it is. I believe so, with him coming in with only...
No, it wasn't tied. They were up a run when he came in, so he will have that option.
Leach at the dish now for his 4th time of the day as he takes the ball for 1-0. Second pitch in for 2-0 on Leach. Leach 0 for 2 on the day. Lowe's pitch in there for a strike. Good pitch there from Lowe to push the count to 2-2, I believe. Be a big second out here if Lowe can deal one here for a strikeout. Stretching the pitch.
That one's knocked foul down the left field side. These left-handed hitters have had an issue. They have been, against these O'Day pitchers, they've been behind them. They've been hitting these great balls, but they've just been going foul into that forced area. As that one goes back as well. I mean,
late once again on that pitch.
Yeah, they've been hitting great. They've been making great that one wasn't as great, but they've been making good contact for the most part, just struggling to put them into play. So here comes the pitch. On the way from low, the 2-2.
3-2, I believe that pitch was, and it's a walk nonetheless. Leach will reach base for the second time in this game. We will bring up Dyer, the left fielder, as he confers with his coach over the coach's box. Nathan Hale down 6 in this game. Really just trying to get something here to spark a rally, or really anything for that matter.
I know we don't have the official probability chart of who's going to win, but I could already see it. Top of the 6th, getting really, really close to that 50-50 line, and then just cranking back towards the Irish side at that explosive 6th inning for O'Day. Both 6 innings were dominant there, as that's just going to miss her ball too. Low checks first. Here's the pitch. That's fouled straight back. I think that's the closest. That was fairly close to us, a little too far back, but right trajectory.
I don't want a ball coming up here. I'm just going to say it right now.
This is not T-Mobile Park. I can request a ball from Coach Doyle. Check swing there, pops it up to shallow right. That's going to be taken care of by Tyler Bugby. And they are going to be able to double him up at first. Great awareness there from Bugby, as that is going to do it. In 7, Max Reed goes to 1-0 on the season. Vaughn Lowe gets his first save on the year in a clutch appearance as the Irish take care of the Nathan Hale Raiders.
Definitely. Overall, just a good outing from the Irish. In the 6th inning, you saw a couple command problems, but the conditions are part of the reason for that. But all I can say is what a performance by Vaughn Lowe with the bat and on the mound. Overall, I got to say that play of the game was that double play. The 1-2-3 double play, bunt to Lowe, fired it over to Givens as he fired it over to the first baseman, Asa. Got him out of this game, and honestly, in fact, I believe they kept him in that game.
Yeah, I think that play really was that was the turning point there. As you can see, Nathan Hale started to come back in that 6th inning, real explosive. Got 2 runs in, loaded up the bases, but they were not able to come back all the way. Great game all around. Tyler Bugby having a great game in the field. Great awareness there on that last play, as well as the diving play back in the 1st, as well as Dominic Scally having a dominant game at the plate. But that's going to do it here from Bannerwood Park in Bellevue. I'm Jack Nolan.
I'm Andrew Byer. We are signing off here in Bellevue, Washington. Everyone have a good day.